Well, it's another lovely morning, the 15th of November in this year 2021. My name is Jagana Semakola Ziksoka. Welcome to BC TV. Good morning, Uganda Extra. On into another very good Monday morning. Welcome to the new week. And it's just amazing that it is a month of Ensenene. And we're in the middle of the month. We've not yet seen Ensenene. So people from Masaka, please help us understand why we yet do not have Ensenene. Especially for us, we're born in this month of November. We feel we have the monopoly over Ensenene, which of course we haven't seen yet. But away from the vibe, thank you so much for joining us again. And to just remind you that COVID is still with us here. Let's do what we can do. And the drive now is to all of us get vaccinated. It's like that by January 2022, we can fully open up the economy to get back to our lives and, of course, to see how to, again, get back to the old ways of working, socializing, and doing all the other things. It is vaccination now. Find a place to go and get vaccinated for your second jab or even your first jab, and be sure that you have gotten vaccinated, especially if you qualify 18 years and above. Make sure that you go, do get that. But as we also get into vaccination, let's do what we still can do. Observe all the SOPs by masking up and sanitizing, washing our hands with water and soap as we also try to manage the pandemic of COVID-19. Now, from all that, we get to our conversation this morning, and we will specifically talk about a new product by one of Uganda's longest construction companies in the country, Roofings Limited. And of course, joining me in studios this morning are two senior gentlemen from Roofings Limited. Just next to me is Mr. Stuart Jason Mwesigwa, the Corporate Affairs Manager. You're very welcome, sir.
Good morning, sir, and thank you very much for hosting us and our viewers.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mwesigwa, for joining us. And of course, together with Mr. Mwesigwa is Joseph Arinitwe, the Senior Manager Sales and Marketing from Roofings. Welcome.
Yes, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for hosting us.
Good.
Yeah, we look forward to having a fruitful deliberation here today.
Very important. Sales and marketing. First and foremost, what are you selling right now? Or what are you marketing?
Okay. Of course, Roofings is a big company, so there is so much really to talk about with Roofings. But I think let me first do justice to some of the new products that we have just added onto our portfolio, our product range, and one is the TMX Rebar 500C. We also have other products coming up, like the gabions, the ones that they call the crash barriers on the roads. We also have the gabions. All these are new products that we are looking at, that we are looking to introduce to Ugandans in the coming year. But Roofings is not only about roofing products. I think most people know us for roofing sheets, hence the name. But Roofings is a company that is with you, anyone involved in construction. The company is with you from your foundation up to the roofing, and actually up to the I think the painting, or the only thing that we will not offer you is the paint and the interior finishing of the house, but the rest of the house, Roofings is with you from the start, up to the end.
Very, very, very important. Mr. Jason Stuart Mwesigwa, the Corporate Affairs Manager. Well, thank you so much, and also come to the conversation here. Let's get to the niceties, first and foremost, of Roofings Limited. How long have you been here, and what are some of these things that are very dear to you that you've managed to offer to give to Ugandans that they should be proud of having Roofings Limited here?
Thank you very much, our moderator. As a company, I'm proud to say that we are 27 years old now. 27 years. We celebrated our 25 years of existence in Uganda and in the region just before COVID. That was in September 2019. We are also very happy to announce that the contribution we have done to the Ugandan economy, to the citizens. Of course, first and foremost is we are providing a quality product. A quality aspect has been our main theme, and we never compromise on quality. We are very passionate about quality because we want our loyal customers and the potential customers to have value for their money. We are accredited by UNBS, and all our products conform to the Uganda National Bureau of Standards, and of course the East African Bureau of Standards, and we conform to other international standards because the technology we employ in our production processes from those renowned steel makers like from Japan, from India, Turkey, Russia, etc. Other than having us to provide a wide range of quality product, that is steel and plastics, they are actually affordable products. They are available products in various parts of Uganda. Of course, you asked me what we are offering. We offer employment. We are continuously creating employment through our innovations, through our expansion of further investment into production capacities, hence taking on a number of engineers, accountants, machine operators, technicians, sales and marketing personnel, name it. And other than that, of course, we are proud to be part of the #1 taxpayers in the steel industry, which is contributing so much to also the government coffers. We have also been very instrumental in skills development, technical training. We are every now and then having industrial placement opportunities from various institutions, Makerere University, Chambogo, and even the smaller ones like Chiriandongo Technical Institute, etc.
Okay. Well, that's important. Now, Ndugwarini to here talked about roofings and, of course, quite the many things that you do. And your name suggests that you are roofing. The name itself suggests roofing. Have you just diversified over the years? Or, because we also need to understand this, you are a roofing company that also, again, does the foundation. Then maybe very soon you'll even have the paint with you. Let's first get to that. The name and the products, of course, that you do.
Yes, thank you very much. The name Roofings, I think, evolved over time in terms of product range. The company started in 1994 with a roofing sheet making line. It was just one line, and we were basically supplying roofing sheets, quality roofing sheets to the market. But then the quality that we were supplying led roofings to evolve into something much bigger because of the demand, because people trusted the company so much. The market, I think, we grew from zero to the biggest within no time, because we stuck to the values of quality, innovation, customer care, integrity. We stuck to all those core values, and the market soon realized that Roofings was a trusted brand and could offer more solutions to Ugandans. So that is how the company evolved into what it is today, where we added so many products within those years, within the 27 years that Stuart mentioned that the company has existed. So we have added so many products after that. But because the company started as a roofing sheets manufacturing company, it could not change. But the product range changed, and now we are the leading manufacturers of steel and actually PVC as well, PVC products, because all these are construction based products. So that is how the company evolved. Many people should not be confused by the name Roofings. Okay. Everything is under one roof.
Oh, okay. Yes. Very important. Now, Jason, to tell us, understand, there is a campaign now of the TMX 500. What is the TMX 500 campaign, and now trying to address to the needs of our people in Uganda?
Of course, many of us, through experience, have realized that we have come from even twisted bars. which did not do a good service for our construction sector. And now that with the modernity, we are going into high-raised buildings, shopping arcades, technology is evolving, and of course we as roofings, we are always embracing most modern technology. Now we have been making roofings rebar, which is TMT, that is a technology that is a bit backward, although it was also serving us, but now we have improved by making the roofings TMX. There is this
TMX is a revamped TMT also?
Yes.
It's new technology.
It's improved technology.
TMT.
The latest technology of reinforcement.
If I would talk like a chef, is that we have added more seasonings, chirungo, you know, to make the food taste better. So this one also, it is improved technology from TMT to TMX. We are very concerned about collapsing buildings every now and then. Of course, some of it, the cause is mainly because of using material that is not of standard, that is not properly manufactured. To some extent, yes, we have to blame the civil engineers and all the parties involved because of cutting corners here and there. But we as roofings, we want to encourage our customers, property developers, even private property developers like real estate and even for your own house, to embrace the roofings 500 TMX rebar that we have now introduced, of course, on top of using other quality products that we are actually manufacturing. It is affordable, it's available, and even we have gone ahead to, especially these messages to the contractors, we have gone ahead to introduce the cut and bend machine, whereby when you come to buy our product, you will give us your specifications and we will cut the bars according to the size you have given us and length. In that you don't have to take away what actually you don't need. That cuts costs and saves on the time.
So let me understand what a TMX 500 is. I want to understand, is it a type of bar that anybody planning to build or anybody building can actually use it? What type of what is this material? What is this product, the TMX 500, that roofings is actually promoting now?
Well, just using your eyes, you may not be able to differentiate a lot, but this is actually where we have a serious challenge these days with the construction sector. I'll tell you, one of the biggest causes of tragedies on construction sites these days is using of substandard products, compromising on quality. Some people doing it knowingly, others unknowingly, others being cheated. You know, so it's basically a whole a big discussion that is going on. But TMX is a product that you can actually see or you can actually assess through its performance on a construction site. With your naked eye, you will not see its effectiveness or how it performs, but this is a product that has been created, that has been manufactured using German technology, new German technology, Tamex technology, which actually gives the product more longevity. Now, this is a language for, a technical language for,
exactly.
for engineers,
which is okay.
Which people actually usually ignore when they are purchasing these products. Everyone thinks that once I put bars on site, everything is sorted. But actually, which bars have you put on the site? Those bars, are they having the properties that are required to do the job on that site?
Exactly. And now that brings us to this other issue here, because a traditional lay jagger in the Semakola will get money and I choose to build a house.
Yes.
Then I will talk to the expert here, the civil engineer, Mr. Mweshigwa, who I'll actually tell, I want to build my 1, 2, 3 stories here. And of course, he'll tell me, you need these bars which are Y12 or Y16 or Y anything. Now, I even do not know Y12 is Y12. I don't know Y16 is Y16.
And
I even can't differentiate. I even can't differentiate that you've actually used Y12 and not Y16, yet you're supposed to either use Y16 or Y this. Or 6 bars instead of exactly. Because when I see a pillar raising, to me I'm seeing a pillar. I do not know whether this pillar can actually handle but the weight of another 2 floors on top of it. So does this technology, the new TMX 500, help us to manage those issues? Because we do this by just trusting the civil technicians who do these things for us. I'm paying money, but I do not know even how to interpret these things.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think you've hit the nail on the head. The challenge that we are facing is there are so many products out there that actually confuse the market, that confuse the consumer. A lay person will just take rebars to the site, and then the builders will start using. But if you have got a good engineer or someone who is keen on quality, this person will tell you that not every rebar is fit for the purpose that that it is intended for. So Roofing's TMX 500C, this is the best grade of steel that is available on the market right now. I can assure you, you will not find the Roofing's 500C, or you will not find, okay, let me remove the word Roofing's. You will not find a TMX 500C grade bar on the market if you have not bought it from Roofing's, or if you have not bought it from a person or from a trader who has bought it from Roofing's. We are the only ones right now. This product offers you better longevity on elongation on the product. Elongation is an engineering language. Percentage elongation, weldability, all those are qualities of good steel, good reinforcement bars. The longevity, weldability, earthquake resistant, corrosion resistant, all these are properties of a good quality product that you put out there. Now, when this steel is sealed up in the concrete, a lot of reactions take place. That they take place over time, and most of them you will not actually see until you scratch. One day, you just go and scratch a bit of a concrete off, and expose the steel. You will actually find that the rebars that you put about 2 years ago or 3 years ago have rusted. Have rusted, they have all turned, and some of them have it's actually so bad because of the oxidation that takes place, because concrete usually, brings in water, and of course water and steel, water will corrode steel. So if the rebar is not having those properties to withstand those reactions that take place over time, then the bars will start rusting, and you will see it. It's practical examples. You just go and scratch, and then you'll see that the bars have all corroded. Some of them have actually they have now merged with the concrete, and it's no longer reinforcement, as they call it. Yes, it's no longer steel. It's just the whole thing. Once anything happens, once an earthquake or something shakes it a little bit, it will all come down. So this is basically what we are talking about innovating and getting products that are fit for purpose. If you're going to put a 10-storied building, a 6-storied building, 5-storied building, why would you compromise? Why would you put all your money, all your investment at risk? Yet you could actually access the best product out there and use it and be guaranteed that this thing will stand the test of time.
Okay.
Many people look at the cost of the product, initial cost, and that is where they go wrong. So many things happen in making these rebars. Many people are getting this scrap from all over the place, and just melting steel and putting ribs, and they call it a rebar.
Okay.
So that's
to re-emphasize the issue of embracing quality. Of course, we have the quality steel, the 500 TMX that we have just introduced, coupled with so many other products that you use in construction. But if we also give you the right product and you use it wrongly, still you might not get the results that we are actually pushing for. So I'm urging all the professionals outside there who could be watching us that let's fight this war together. Let them also create more awareness to their clients and encourage them to actually purchase products that are of standard, that have proven, tested and proven and tried. We need the support of the engineers. For example, the Engineers Registration Board, to qualify the people who are on these structures. Are they certified? The architects, they need to emphasize on which products must be used on given properties, on given construction sites. It should not stop at just making a design and we give up. Yes, we know they are project managers, but all these people need to be supervised. We need to come together as a force to actually, at some point, I think we will need to name and shame who is the site manager of such and such a construction site. Who is the procurement manager? Are they cutting corners, like Joseph is saying here? If you start cutting corners, thinking you are saving money, in the short run you might look like you are saving, but in the long run it becomes a calamity for us. When the building collapses, it gives a bad name, for example, to the construction industry, somehow to the steel manufacturers, because we have to come here and start laboring to explain what to do. But life is also lost. And through using substandard products, even government is losing revenue. We have a lot of money that would be collected if we are doing the business rightly. We are losing money by employing substandard products. And we are, if I'm the customer, I'm not getting value for money, because a construction site or my shopping arcade that would have lasted 100 years, in 3 years you start seeing cracks. That's a loss as far as our economy is concerned.
Do you as roofings profile your customers that if I come and I'm buying materials from you, you actually know that Uganda has bought material from us and is possibly constructing this arcade or that building, that commercial building, whatever they're doing it. And I just want to know from you, what happens to you when you hear that building X in place Y has actually collapsed this morning, killing people? And of course, just the news of a collapsed building anywhere. How do you receive that, you as manufacturers or who produce and manufacture these materials? Stuart?
Yeah, of course it comes as a shock. First and foremost, that's a calamity which is very bad for the country, first and foremost. We need to be looked at as people who are actually developing, embracing modern technology, quality in whatever we are doing, ethics and all the standards. But of course, when we hear that building X has collapsed, we immediately run to the site to try and verify who is this customer, which bars are they using, what could have been the problem. Is it our bars anyway? By confidence and in addition, God's grace, we have not had such an incident. Wherever we have been supplying, I think those clients, they know what they're doing. They want value for their money. But that also gives us another challenge of saying, like we have now come here to UBC, that we need to create more awareness. We need to keep preaching this gospel. If it's not our happiness that somebody's building has collapsed, but the person needs to be preached to understand that, don't cut corners, use the right products. And even our people within our own steel sector, we have an association, but unfortunately, not all of us are appreciating that we must conform to the required standards. Somehow we are not doing it correctly, so we end up affecting the innocent people. Cheating is one thing, government is losing some money, then lives are lost. And if you're having quack engineers on site, you're promoting bad behavior. And as a country, we are continuously saying this should not be the case.
Okay.
We need to have morals. We need to love our country. Buy Uganda, build Uganda is one thing we are pushing for very much. But what product are we promoting?
Okay.
If it is steel, it must be to give a given standard. Okay. If it is an engineer, this engineer must have the following qualifications, must have the following training. If it is a service, how does roofings, when I go to buy my products, are they, the invoice, do they take it to the way bridge? Am I getting the right tonnage for the right cost that I have paid? These ethical kind of things are all around. It's not just going on one side and then leaving another side. That's why I'm continuously saying that this war is not only for roofings to produce the right product, and then we give it to an engineer who will not apply it in the right way, we will end up losing as well. But I want to encourage our viewers there and the potential buyers. I know government is the biggest business entity that anybody can deal with. We are now having flyovers. We are constructing a number of bridges, like the Ginger Bridge, which became almost a tourist attraction.
It is
other than using it for our transportation of goods and services. There is a lot of development going on. There are so many dams being put up, Karuma and so many other small ones. The roads, fantastic work.
Okay.
We talked about guardrails. Those rails that on the side, or like on corners,
in the expressway.
Yes, that kind of thing. Yes. Okay. So we are continuously innovative and trying to match the demand first of our country, but with the quality products to be supplied and manufactured. And of course, the country also is trying to match the standards of the whole world.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hold it here, Mr. Stewart. Jason Mwesigwa, the Corporate Affairs Manager, and Mr. Joseph Harini, Senior Manager and Senior Manager Sales and Marketing from Roofings Limited. We'll take a break and return. When we return, we continue the conversation of much more, especially of the TMX 500 campaign. That is a new innovation that Roofings Limited is actually now throwing out to the public for the good of our construction industry. We'll return shortly after this break.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra. Introducing the all-new Roofings TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend surfaces. Roofings, strength of a nation.
Welcome to the home of our stars. Come on in. We have our movies, gossip, reality, conflict, tulina ne comedy. Basirebo baffe bonna live right here. Because no matter where you go, this is the home of our stars.
This year, as Power Magic Mix 3, we are delighted to invite you to see, experience, and celebrate with us. Power Magic, the home of our stars. Multi-Choice Uganda is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Okay, I don't know. Thank you so much. Welcome back from that break. We continue that conversation. My name is Jagenda Semakola-Ziksoka. It's 20 minutes to the hour of 10 o'clock. And of course, with me in studios is Mr. Stuart Jason Mwesigwa, the Corporate Affairs Manager from the Roofings Limited, and Joseph Farinitwe, the Senior Manager for Sales and Marketing, also from Roofings. Now, talk about this new technology called the TMX 500, which the two gentlemen here seem to educate us on as a game changer in this construction industry where we are. Joseph, let me understand. I have seen people now build arcades, for example, but this I think is more with commercial buildings, where somebody just builds a column. You only see meters standing. Then the other day you see them covering them, and a few weeks thereafter, you're actually seeing an arcade with another floor on top of it and all the things, and we don't seem to actually understand. Ordinarily, we are used to lay the foundation, then we see you raise the wall plate, then we see you do the slab, then again, after some time, you carry on for the next floor, then we see you again slabbing it, and maybe on and on. Now, we see the columns rising, then the other day, the thing is split, and you have the ground floor, you have the first floor, and maybe the second floor, and it goes on. Is this new technology that you know about, or one is to be said and heard about that?
I think actually this is what Stuart talked about. Yes, you can have the products on site, but you also need to have the right people, the right minds, to actually apply those products the way they are supposed to be applied to. Good enough. On a positive note, usually these terrible tragedies happen. On a positive note from our side is that there is no building site that has collapsed where actually our products have been supplied to that. For me, this communicates something that the technical people or the engineers who insist on using roofing's product, in most cases, they know how they are supposed to apply them. They know the right product, and actually this should be a red flag. This should be something taken by the market out there. If you have got a site manager or an engineer, and this engineer is telling you use these products, use this cheaper option because it will give you the same results. You have to think twice. If someone is telling you, you go for the cheap one, or go for this any material you find on the market, it will actually, a bar is a bar, it will give you the same results. You have to think twice about that kind of person, because in most cases people have fallen into problems because of such kind of advice. Engineers, real engineers, they know how to apply these products. They know that once you reinforce a structure, you have to give it some time to cure. After it has cured, you have got to go to the next stage. You have got to give it a strong formwork. You have so many things that they have to consider. So they are very thorough in what they do, and I would encourage everyone. And in most cases, when you ask him, what products do you use? He's going to tell you he uses roofing's rebars. If roofing's rebars are not on site, he will find it hard actually to do that job well.
Where does somebody find the TMX roofing, the TMX rebars? For example, where is it found? Where are the outlets? Where can somebody find them if they wanted to go and get them? Are they available? Are they on
yes, these are all they are available in all our sales stations. We have got outlets. We have an outlet in industrial area. We have an outlet in Banda. We have got the head office in Lubowa. We have the Namanve for bulk loading, and we have got outlet partners at Arua Park and in Gulu, and then we have Mbarara as well. Mbarara is an outlet that is still a baby. It's just a bit about 1.5 years old, but it's serving the market in Mbarara very well. So these bars are all over the place, and we have got some few trusted dealers who appreciate the product, where especially those who attend to the people that are enlightened about the products. So those ones are also, stocking the product, and you can get it. All you need to insist on when you go to a dealer's shop is, do you have roofing's TMX 500C? Okay. Yes.
Do you also still have TMT on the market with the TMX 500?
No.
Because you talked about the TMT and you talked about the TMX. Now,
we have transitioned.
You've transitioned
to TMX.
Transitioned to TMX.
Okay, yes. so there's no more TMT on the market.
It's TMX 500.
Okay. Could be some residues somewhere,
old stock somewhere.
Yeah, but what we are promoting now is
TMX,
yes,
which is actually on the market.
When we moved, we had a phone, a mobile phone from a landline, but from mobile phone, just we have gone to a smartphone. So fine.
We're moving. There could be a landline somewhere. Yeah,
yeah, they could be there, but they still, these were also designed with the technology of the time. Okay. And they are still very effective, because people were building high-rise buildings even before TMX. Okay. So they are still there. Quality bars, manufactured with precision, with all the properties followed to the dot. They could be there out.
So what game changer does the new TMX now on the market bring to us? Because it's technology. You talked about the mobile phones, then you also went to smartphones, where you can now transact and do anything. You can study on the phone, you can transact on the phone, you bank on the phone, you do all the things on the phone. So what does TMX 500 also bring to us in the construction industry in this country as a new technology?
You're now in the era of high rises. Actually, you can see Kampala skyline is changing. We are into the era of building high-rise buildings.
Managing space upwards.
Yes. Land is very valuable. So we don't want to waste it by going.
So this is a product that will provide the ultimate solution. Okay. That is why it is European technology, German technology, because those people have used it, and they have certified it, and now we have adapted to it. Okay. And all those high-raised buildings, they are going to love that product. Okay. Yes.
TMX 500. Yes. You talked about cut and bend. What did you mean in this particular one? What's cut and bend to the Mwananchi?
Cut and bend to the Mwananchi, I told you, it's one way of saving. It saves you time. It will also save you the cost of purchasing what you don't actually need. You talked of something, Mr. Jagenda, whereby you just get an engineer and he says, I'm going to make you a beam and I need the following rebars for 16 millimeter, 12 millimeter, 10 millimeter, so many pieces. And you come and buy the standard length that is actually recommended in the market. But even when you take that, when you reach your site, they still have to cut in order for it to be equated to the design of your building. Now, what is happening with the cut and bend? You will give us that your design, your drawing, and the specifications
of the drawing of the building.
Yes, the specifications of how you need these bars, what we call a bending schedule. So you say, 12 millimeter, I will need so many pieces in this period. 16 millimeter, I need so many pieces of this length in this period. 20 millimeter, like that. So we will cut and bend them according to the specifications.
So this is time saving.
It is time saving.
It saves on manpower.
Yes,
transportation.
It is easier to, you know, it's almost like you are assembling. It is cheaper to transport, and the instances of people being tempted to make you lose or what are not there, because this is a design customized
for this particular
the particular building,
as opposed to
just
bringing
like
these, then somebody finds a way of taking some
and
to
take
use
them
them
away.
somewhere else.
And of course, if they are standard, they are easily marketed. You can sell them to anyone.
Yeah.
That is other one thing that the roofing sheet line we started with. We have that speciality of customizing. We cut according to the specifications you have given us. That has been a big plus for us. Yes. So we are encouraging, especially the infrastructure projects, and like our customers who are putting up hotels, and let them embrace this.
So the cut and bend service.
Yes.
Is it also got anywhere? Or what happens? Because I'm trying to think now that this is a service that you possibly have to get at roofings in Luwa.
Yes, because it is specialized.
Okay.
For the moment, we cannot put it in every place.
Okay.
And because of the demand.
If I placed my order in Mbarara of those specifications, it can be brought to roofings here, and it comes back to me in Mbarara with the same specifications.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the cut and bend, of course, like Stuart has said, it will give you the most actually one of the most important pluses it will give you is that it will give you accuracy, precision in whatever you're designing, because it is almost humanly impossible for a steel bender to bend as per the drawing. Yeah, you know, it is humanly impossible that someone can bend and install exactly to the dot according to the drawing.
As prescribed, yes.
But here we are talking about a machine where you just input the numbers,
it is automated,
and it just gives you everything that you want. You just have to input the numbers.
Okay.
So it works. The accuracy and precision is unmatched. It's 100%.
Okay.
It can give you over 90 shapes, 99 shapes, or go close to 100 shapes, different shapes that we can play with on that cut and bend machine.
Okay.
Stuart mentioned another very important aspect, which is you're sure that what you have given is going to be what is applied. Yeah, you will have no wastage. Usually, these offcuts, in most cases, you put bars there on the site. The guy does the bending and formwork, and after that, you go and try to look for the offcuts, and you can't see them. Someone has taken them. And they have gone to use them somewhere
and even when they leave them with you, you can't use them for anything.
And then even if you have a trustworthy site manager, you will put them in the store.
Exactly.
And then what after that?
You will only just have scrap again. At
you will
home
have scrap on site.
That is money wasted.
That's money wasted.
Have done something else, and then the time that they take to actually measure, cut, and what. Instead of spending the 6 months on a building, you end up 1 year and a half. Time is money also. We have lost.
Precisely.
So
okay.
Let's embrace this.
Our time is running out, and it's also festive season. We're ending the year. What do you have specifically as we end the year? Christmas is on its way. Just a couple of weeks away from now, we'll be getting into Christmas. What are these offers that you possibly have for your customers, your clients, your people, for the nation of Uganda as we also get into the festive season and get ready to a crossover to 2022? Stuart.
Thank you, Mr. Jagenda. Of course, as our custom, save for the 2 years that have derailed almost everyone because of the COVID pandemic.
They will say you didn't close, you stayed working.
Yes, because
COVID doesn't affect metros.
We are considered essential workers, and we believe people who had money going to China just to do trading, they could actually use that money here and support Bubu and develop our infrastructure. I've seen many buildings have come up. Thank you very much to the developers and especially those who have been buying our products. We are very grateful. If it wasn't for their loyalty, if it wasn't for your loyalty, you who are viewing us right now, we wouldn't be the strength of the nation. You know, roofings is the strength of the nation. We have brought this TMX. It is a Christmas bonus. It's affordable. It's available. Please embrace it. Of course, we have very many other products which we are continuously manufacturing. They are also on the right prices. Visit our premises. As we have mentioned, we have Luboa, where we started from. Namamve, the most modern plant in East Africa, employing most modern technology, is available for anybody. Even if you are not going to buy, you are welcome to come and see what we are doing there. And appreciate.
Yes, exactly.
It is no longer a pride.
When the time to build comes,
yes,
you know where to go.
Yes, it's no longer pride for roofings or for we the workers alone, but it is a pride for Uganda. It's a pride for East Africa. We are doing so many other things other than just manufacturing products for selling, but we give back to the community. We have Roofings Forever Health, which is a unit that is concerned with the good living. We manufacture oxygen, which we give out for free to hospitals, especially during COVID.
Yeah, we saw you do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have Roofings Forever Education. We are supporting a number of schools. We are supporting a number of sporting and skilling activities. We have Roofings Forever Forestry, which is also one entity we are promoting in order to regreen Uganda and be very passionate about the environment that we work in. But as well, we have Roofings investment into ethics, into technology, into the way we do things. Yeah. So we are there for Uganda, and we thank the community and East Africa at large. Maybe one day we'll be a continental brand.
Thank you.
Well,
we'll pray for you. Just before you say your final comment in 1 minute, Mr. Arinitwe, there is a message here that says, I have evidence that Roofings is a true one-stop center for building materials. I was amazed at finding young salespeople who were not rude at all, or they were not full of themselves, but they served me my satisfaction. This is Mzee Tone Geoffrey Owana. So when you go back, the senior sales manager, you've had a very good comment here.
Thank you very much.
You have salespersons who are not full of themselves, who actually know why they should be serving Ugandans. That's a very positive. That's a very positive message coming in from Mzee Tone Geoffrey Owana. Finally, from you in just 1 minute before you get out of studios, your final message to people.
Yes, like Stuart has said, it's just to thank Ugandans for trusting us, for believing in our quality, in the products that we are giving to them. And of course, it's our commitment that we will continue to do the same. We will continue to innovate. We will continue to bring you only the best products. Stuart talked about the Forever Forestry. We are pushing on this side to reforestate the country, but of course we also have people who are consuming a lot of timber. We have solutions for that. People can now change to hollow sections and all this light steel forward for as a substitute for timber. We have already seen a shift in that direction, so people just have to embrace and we develop Uganda together. So thank you very much for listening to us, viewers out there, and of course we are always there for you.
Well, thank you so much. And just want to say thank you so much, my very good friends here, Mr. Stuart Jason Mwesigwa, the Corporate Affairs Manager, and Mr. Joseph Arinitwe, the Senior Manager for Sales and Marketing from Roofings. Thank you so much. And of course, thank you to the Roofings and to all my friends in Roofing, from the man himself, Mr. Lalani there. He's been my friend for some time, and the other persons, of course, also at Roofings. But yes, Roofings, you've stood the test of time, and when you call yourself yourselves the strength of the nation. I think you are. We thank you so much for the good services. Many of us have actually been your clients or customers once in a while, and we've not regretted. But for those actually who are not satisfied with your services, I think they actually also know how to come back to you and say this was not to our satisfaction. But thank you so much for having allowed to join us yet again today. Forgotten my country, we stay blessed. We now are crossover to some other programming. My name is Jagan Asemakula Ziksoka. Blessings, good morning, and bye for today.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Introducing the all-new Roofing's TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend surfaces. Roofing's, strength of a nation. Pick of the day on UBC, brought to you by was brought to you by
Just use MTN to make calls, send SMS, load airtime, buy bundles, or pay for MTN subscription services.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Kagalino twalekedde ekyatulese tuzze tukalanga enfunda eziwerako ddala eno yego TV Super ey'abakaguje njagala wekaanyi ewatali kwemamaaza olwo tuba tusimbudde ne Go TV Super Duper waawawa era nga bakutuusyako ekiga ekyabakabejja abasajja enwaŋŋuli kwogata ne busineema obujjudde omuhabati ku $5,000 mu 15 waawawa soka bulaza weefunye ekirungo kya Go TV Super ekijjudde obulungi ove mu baaje.
World News. Reporter Elmo is here to tell you all about a new way kids are staying healthy at home. Elmo's friends all over the world know that we can carry germs in our bodies. Germs are so tiny that we can't even see them, but they can make us sick. When we sneeze or cough, germs can spread to others and make them sick too. When you feel a tickle in your nose or throat, you may be about to sneeze or cough. Turn away from others, bend your arm toward your nose and mouth, and sneeze or cough into your elbow. So, bend and sneeze. Bend and cough. Now you try it. Bend and sneeze. Bend and cough. Yeah, baby, that's it. Oh, some of these germ fighters are sneezing into handkerchiefs and tissues. When they're done, they put the cloth in the wash and the tissues in the trash. After you sneeze or cough, remember to wash your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds. That's another way to fight germs. Elmo likes to dance while he scrubs. Let's add a move. Bend, sneeze, and scrub. Bend, cough, and scrub. You heard it here first, everybody. Bend, sneeze, and scrub. That was a great news report.
Averaging 5,000 meters above sea level, the northern part of Tibet is the world's highest wilderness. At over 4,000 meters, the Tibetan antelope rules the Qinghai Tibet Plateau. It's their only habitat. In this vast land, halfway into heaven, oxygen levels are only half that at sea level. Humans have retreated to the edge of this wild terrain, but the plateau is home to 21 types of mammal and 65 bird species. Life and death are intertwined, the cruel and the delightful making casual bedfellows. The most exquisite flowers bloom in this harshest of lands. In the thin, cold air, life clings tenaciously to every opportunity that nature provides. This, the northern Tibetan Plateau, is every day stage for drama and wonderment. Halfway to heaven, it's already a wildlife paradise. In winter, the temperature on the plateau can drop to minus 30 degrees centigrade. For many animals, the biggest challenge is finding water. The Tibetan antelope is no exception. Ice and snow are the most readily available sources of the vital liquid. In this season, when the earth lies frozen, all the animals are driven to seek it out. It's a source of life, but also a source of peril. Gradually, the predators gather. A pack of wolves eyes the antelopes calculatingly. The smaller females are easy prey for the pack. A male Tibetan antelope appears in the nick of time to distract the wolves. Adult males can run at speeds of up to 100 kilometers an hour. No predator can run it down. Only in the cold of December do the males return to the herds to form their harems from the wandering females. This is their rutting season. The male antelopes have stored up their energy all year for this moment. In this coldest of seasons, the hottest passions are on display. In this wintry wilderness, the males try to build the biggest harem they can. But earning the right to mate is not easy, and there's always strong competition. Adult male Tibetan antelopes can weigh up to 40 kilograms. Their half-meter-long horns are like daggers. This apparently casual sizing up will shortly lead to a clash that'll be a matter of life and death. No one dares drop their guard. It's a case of winner takes all. Every year there are several fatalities among the bucks. Only the winners will pass their genes to the next generation. Once there were more than 1 million Tibetan antelopes on this vast plateau. Recent conservation efforts have seen numbers restored to over 200,000. "1,000 kilometers to the northwest, the Turpan Depression in East Xinjiang's Gobi Desert is in places 154 meters below sea level. It measures the 4th lowest altitude on the land surface of the planet. The landscape is populated by shifting dunes blown by the wind, which can grow up 500 meters tall. In summer, the surface temperature of the sand can reach 80 degrees centigrade. The searing heat is a threat to life and limb for all creatures, great and small. But in the evenings the heat quickly dissipates and all kinds of renegades emerge from hiding. A species of gecko unique to China, Teratoscincus roborowskii, is among them. Small as it is, it swiftly demonstrates how it earned its common name in Chinese, the sand tiger. The Turpan Basin is the driest place in China. The annual rainfall is just 10 millimeter. In this arid ocean, the sand tiger has mastered the art of finding what water there is to be had. Every day before sunrise, when the desert temperature plunges to its lowest, water vapor condenses on the branches and leaves of small plants. These dewdrops are like clear spring water to a thirsty sand tiger. Thus, the desert is far from bereft of life. Over the vast stretches of yellow sand, these plants grow stubbornly on each tiny oasis for those who know how to take advantage of what they offer. From the far northwest to China's southernmost reaches takes us from sand to sea. The South China Sea covers an area of 3.5 million square kilometers, and its warm tropical waters are home to a magnificent array of aquatic life. More than 1,500 species of fish and over 250 kinds of marine mollusks can be found here. The ideal setting for the richest gatherings of all these extraordinary creatures is the coral reef. Corals are marine invertebrates which live in densely packed colonies. Tropical corals typically live at a depth of less than 40 meters in order to benefit from sunlight, which produces photosynthesis in the symbiotic single-cell organisms that live within their bodies. The reefs produced by the fast and freely growing coral become sanctuaries for a myriad of other exotic inhabitants. One evening in late April, a team of marine biologists puts out to sea. They have been preparing all year for this moment. It's the only opportunity they will have until another 12 months pass. They plan to dive a reef on the one special night of the year when the corals will release their eggs and sperm into the water in an event known as synchronized spawning. Diving at night is tricky. Underwater currents and poor visibility mean the divers can easily get lost. The dangers are not inconsiderable. As they reach the site of the reef, the divers make their final preparations. And then take the plunge into the inky depths. male's synchronized spawning is triggered by a succession of environment cues, including rising water temperature, day length, the moon's effect on the tides, and finally, the setting of the sun on the day in question. In major spawning events, the whole sea would become clouded for miles around. The fertilized eggs, called planula, will be carried on the currents to found new colonies, or to provide a feast for a horde of hungry mouths. The scientists collect their samples. From these, they'll be able to study coral growth from scratch in their laboratories and enhance mankind's understanding of how to respect the wonders of the ocean. Spring arrives late on the northern Tibetan plateau. It's June before the snow and ice melt to form streams and rivers. Lake water accounts for a quarter of its surface area. The plateau overall gives rise to the headwaters of many of Asia's great rivers. The warming heat of the sun reanimates the lizard basking on the rocks. Creatures which have been hibernating for 6 months emerge to see the light of day. The marmot ends its sojourn underground. The plateau is lush, green and full of delectable delicacies. The animals stretch and gambol in newfound freedom. Warning cries cause a sudden panic around the grassy burrows. The marmot's underground palaces usually have several entrances. Once inside, they'll no longer be easy meat for any passing predator. The disappointed fox must slink away to think again. By the end of June, after a journey of hundreds of kilometers, the female Tibetan antelopes finally reach their calving area, the south of Kunlun Mountains. To have made it this far is already something of a miracle, overcoming lack of food, mountains and rivers, diseases and venomous pests. Why the Tibetan antelopes make this journey is a secret yet to be unraveled. The exhausted does finally get some rather temporary rest. They've been carrying their offspring for 6 months and are now about to give birth. However, the respite from danger is but slight. Predators have been following the trail of the migration. The Tibetan brown bear is the largest predator on the plateau. It's an opportunist with a large appetite. It can't afford to miss any chance to feed. The bear builds up its energy near the calving site, waiting for whatever bounty comes its way. Out on the expanse of grassland, the does seek to conceal their newborn in the vegetation. The weather on the plateau is highly changeable. This calf has been born in a downpour. There's little cover that can protect it from anything. By instinct, it crouches in the grass to avoid predators. Its mother will keep her distance to avoid attracting attention to it. It must learn to stand and walk within 20 minutes. Only in this way will it find its mother and return to the herd. If it fails to do so, it will soon fall victim to a hungry predator. The baby antelope takes its first faltering steps. It will then embark on a 500-kilometer journey home. Yunnan, in the deepest southwest of China, is famous for its production of tea and medicinal herbs. Living in the mountains, the Dai people are skillful. They decorate their brocaded cloth, handed on from generation to generation, with familiar animals. One such often appears in the brocade, the unmissable Asian elephant. Asian elephants weigh up to 5 tons. They live in the primeval jungle. Each consumes 30 kilograms to 60 kilograms of food every day. Wild elephants usually live in family units. Up to around 10 elephants form a herd. They need a large area to forage, but their rainforest habitat is constantly shrinking. Sometimes the herds have to cross into human territory as they forage for food. Bananas and sugarcane are prized by both man and beast. This can create a dangerous conflict. Farmland and tea plantations expand into the mountains year on year, eating away at the elephant's habitat and natural sources of food. As their living space is squeezed, they're forced into greater contact with the human world. Wild Asian elephants are aggressive, and any encounter with them is dangerous. There are regular reports of wild elephants injuring or even killing humans. As the conflicts intensify, both sides need protection from each other. Forest Ranger Li Duming's job is to track and monitor the elephants wherever they roam. Every day he goes deep into the jungle looking for wild elephants. He informs local villagers if there are elephants in their area. The elephants will often travel 30 kilometers a day in search of food. You can never be sure where they'll turn up next. His quest takes Li Duming over mountains and down steep ravines.